Brought to you by Penguin.
You Let Me In by Camilla Bruce, read by Claire Rushbrook. Best-selling author disappears without a trace. 74-year-old romance novelist Cassandra Tipp, best known for titles like Golden Suns and A Wish for Carrie, has been missing from her home since at least late August, authorities say. Nothing is known about the prolific author's whereabouts or why she has left her home. The police do not suspect, but cannot rule out, foul play. Local delivery man Brian Frost had no way of knowing that he would be the last person to see the reclusive writer before she disappeared. Cassandra Tipp seemed in good health, even cheery, when she picked up her bags of groceries on the porch of her house in the woods last week. She had given Mr. Frost a handsome tip and a small smile before retiring inside with her oatmeal and tea bags. No one has spoken to her since. She definitely didn't look unhappy, the young man said, commenting on the rumour that the writer chose to end her life in some unknown location. The police are not so certain. Maybe the past came back to haunt her. She has a history here, Officer William Parks, Jr. said. The officer is no doubt referring to the trial following her husband's violent death 38 years ago, where Cassandra Tipp was a suspect. The murder and its aftermath launched Mrs. Tipp's writing career, her fame partly due to her therapist, Dr. V. Martin's book about the case, Away with the Fairies, a study in trauma-induced psychosis, which briefly climbed the bestseller lists. Mrs. Tipp's latest novel, Thorns in November, was published in June last year to much acclaim and the usual high sales. A haunted life. Cassandra Tipp's family was back in the limelight 27 years ago when her father and brother tragically died in a supposed murder-suicide. Mrs. Tipp was estranged from her family at that point, but the ripples from the tragedy added to her already considerable aura of tristesse. The novel she published that year, A Wish for Carrie, became an instant bestseller. It is not fair to say that she profited from the tragedy, book critic and Tipp enthusiast Miranda Hope said, but it certainly didn't hurt the numbers either. Everyone wanted a peek inside her head, and her novels gave them just that, even if they were mostly about heated affairs and the promise of true love. Not to say she didn't know how to write, Hope continued. You don't get to publish 42 books if you can't deliver the magic. Now, Cassandra Tipp herself seems to be the next bead on the string of misfortune that has followed her family for decades, though not everyone is convinced. She might not be dead at all, said Olivia Blatton, sister of the woman in question. She always had a flair for drama. She could be anywhere, France or Italy, reading the headlines about herself while sipping a glass of cool wine. It would be just like her. She destroyed our family, you know, ruined it with her shameful lies. Mrs. Blatton's son, Janus Blatton, was not as harsh in the judgment of his aunt. She's not so young anymore. Maybe she just wanted to retire with a bang. The police do not endorse this theory. She has not been in contact with anyone since the last week of August, Officer Parks said. There has not been any activity in her bank accounts or calls made from her phone. We do not know when, and we do not know how, but we are convinced that Cassandra Tipp is dead. Instructions regarding the last will and testament of Cassandra Tipp. 1. Only Cassandra Tipp's named heirs, Janus and Penelope Blatton, son and daughter of her estranged sister, Olivia Blatton, can claim the estate. 2. In the event of Cassandra Tipp's natural or accidental death, her estate can be claimed immediately. 3. Should Cassandra Tipp go missing, a year must pass from the day she was last seen or heard from before a claim can be made. 4. When or if that happens, Cassandra Tipp's heirs must complete the following steps to secure the transaction of the estate. Go to Cassandra Tipp's residence.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?